Hello Sagittarius and welcome to the Green Woman Tarot. This is your reading for the next 2 weeks, which is from the 29th of November to the 13th of December 2021. And it's a general reading just to see what sort of energies are around you at this time, to see what's on the cards for you. But before we delve into the tarot reading, I need to consult the oracle, and this is the original Arthur Rackham oracle, which I'll be using today to draw a couple of cards from, just to start your reading off with. So let's see, what words of wisdom does the mysterious oracle have for Sagittarius for the 29th of November to the 13th of December 2021. What messages are here for Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks? What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? Oh, okay, well, should we take that one? Oh, it's a nice one, stability. And let's choose you one more. Let's take that one. Let's see what you get. Transmutation, elemental alchemy. Well, to me, this shows like no matter this things about you are changing, or there's a lot of change and flux, uncertainty, upheaval around you, but you're able to stay steady. You know, you keep to a straight path, sure-footedly moving through a time of transformation, transmutation. And this is a lovely card, actually. If you see this, it looks initially like a woman in the waves and choppy waves of the sea, but if you look carefully, she's coming up from the waves. She's was the wave. She's, you know, emerging from the water like a water nymph. So she's changing from water to solid form. And maybe that sort of indicates there, you know, you changing from a state of flux to something stable, something secure. And there, you know, you can see in the distance of this card that symbol of stability. The house even's got a little smoke coming out the chimney. And the cliffs here make me think of this, you know, stability despite the turmoil around you. So don't worry if things feel a little uncertain. You seem to be sure-footed enough to navigate this change, this transformative time. But let's see where the rest of the reading takes you. So let's see what's on the cards for Sagittarius for the 29th of November to the 13th of December 2021. What messages are here for Sagittarius for the next 2 weeks? What does Sagittarius need to know at this time? So this is the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot that I'm using this week to put down a 5-card spread for you, Sagittarius. Let's keep that as an extra card. With the first card depicting you, where you are in your current situation. The second card shows what brings you to where you are. And the third card highlights the challenges you may be facing at this time, with the fourth card offering you some guidance from divine energies as you move towards the final card, which may reveal your possible outcome to this time period. It'll show the energies that you're moving towards. So let's see what you get. You have the Queen of Wands as a bonus card there, and the Eight of Wands, swift movement, action, adventure. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, what brings you there, and the Four of Wands is your challenge. Okay, and then you have the Page of Cups as your guidance, and you move towards the Eight of Swords. And what have you got at the bottom of the deck? The Eight of Cups. Moving on, you've got 3 eights here. Things, you know, nearing completion, but not quite there. So the Eight of Cups is about moving on from something that was certainly fulfilling at one time, but sort of leaves a gap. There's something that doesn't quite fulfill you at this time. So it's, you know, having that desire, that determination to expand your horizons, move up a bit, and seek something bigger, something more fulfilling, something better. So where are you now? Well, this sort of shows you in a very dynamic, active state of being. The Queen of Wands is all about a sense of adventure, nurture, you know, inspiring others, nurturing others through inspiring them with your actions, with your dynamic sort of warmth and fun, a sense of fun almost. Clear communications with the Eight of Wands. This sort of shows things moving quickly for you. It can also indicate communication, and especially across the ocean, and it just made me think maybe it's linked with wanting to move on. There's sort of word from abroad or word from afar that sort of spurs you on. If you sort of look at her, she's very, the way she sits there, she's almost like she wants to get up and go and do something. But what's brought you there, you sort of have this very staid figure with the Knight of Pentacles, a good planning. This is about having laid down solid foundations for something, having had a quest. And there he holds, you know, the pentacle. This is what he wants to work for, this potential that can bring about growth and abundance and stability. But he knows this is something he's got to plan carefully for, take his time, dedicate his energy, his efforts, and be willing to, you know, go the long haul with this. It's sort of something that's seemed to be going quite slowly but steadily at a sort of slow pace, but with a lot of intention and a lot of forethought and planning. But suddenly things begin to take off, and you know, there's a sense of adventure, a sense of excitement, and sort of warmth, like you feel like you've stepped into your power and things are really starting to go forward. But as your challenge, you've got this sort of, this is usually a lovely card, but it's in your challenge position. So your challenge is to actually feel stable enough, feel confident enough, and, you know, sort of like really use that confidence of the Queen of Wands and take this out into the world. This is taking success, celebration out from where you're secure and stable, and bringing it out into the world. So they've taken a party from the castle out into the gardens. It is a celebratory card, but it's sort of, this is your challenge, or perhaps it's your aspiration. So it's a very positive challenge. You want to move this venture, this endeavor out into the world and celebrate it with others. You want to sort of really find that confidence, build, you know, sort of like really tap into this confident, adventurous spirit. And look, she's even got a little cat there, a little black cat beneath her. So it sort of shows you want to make this a stable thing. You want to bring it out and expand upon it and share it with others. And your guidance is actually to, you know, sort of embrace the imaginative side of this, the love you have for it, what inspires you in the beginning, what triggered your imagination and the dream of bringing this out. I get a sense this links with the transmutation card, sort of finding not only the practical steps you need to make and the resources you need, the confidence, but also holding on to that imagination, that emotion you had for that, love you had for it, and letting that be what really pulls us all together. So it's like holding on to the dream that started all of this. But you're moving towards a sense of, it's almost like things go really well, and then you move down to a sense of feeling out of it, like you this was all just an illusion, you know, that dream was just not attainable, and you fooled yourself, and this sort of delusional sense of not being able to get there, not being able to find that, you know, bring that potential dream into a stable, real thing that you can share with others. And that's through your own perception. It's almost like you have a little wobbly. And, you know, you've got your guidance cards here from the Oracle sort of saying, you can do this. You know, just keep on the steady path. Perhaps if you bring in your past energies here from the Knight of Pentacles, that steadiness, that stoicness, and don't allow yourself to be fooled into thinking that you've got yourself entangled into something that is, you know, that's too deep for you, that waters, you know, if you imagine this figure, as I said, it looks like she's floundering in the sea, but she's actually part of it. She's emerging from it. I get a sense that, yeah, you know, things go so quickly, so swiftly, it's almost like too fast. It takes your breath away, and you have a moment of self-doubt. But the thing with the Eight of Swords is, if you look carefully, you know, she feels trapped, she feels tightly bound, but because her eyes are covered, she can't see that, you know, she could easily loosen these bonds. And although she may feel surrounded by these swords, which would represent mental blockage and problems of integrity in the mind, there's big gaps that she could simply walk through this. And, you know, people say she could even use the blades to cut the binds that are tied loosely around her. So this sense of being trapped and out in the mire, you know, with the tide rising, is illusionary. It's a matter of perspective. So, you know, she needs to remember there, where you get to that point where you start to self-doubt, that you are sure-footed, you have that cat energy where you can navigate the difficulties, and this isn't a dream that is overwhelming for you. This is something that you're emerging from, that you're part of. It's changing you, and that change is often what brings insecurity and fear. So you know, it's quite exciting, really, Sagittarius. You sort of you've laid down firm, solid foundations, and sort of taken things slowly at first, but suddenly you sort of almost maybe even accidentally step into your power, and things really move fast, and your aspiration is to bring this endeavor out into the world, share it with others, and in order to cope with this sense of being overwhelmed by it all, you must remember that this is a dream. This is something that that can, you know, really bring you that joy that you're missing there, something that can bring you that contentment, and something that stirs your imaginations that you love. And allow, you know, remember that this is something that's actually changing you, because you're allowing some deep part of you to come out now and emerge through this endeavor. So, you know, you sort of suddenly realize that it's actually quite an overwhelming thing you've taken on, but you can do it if you know, keep your clear-headedness and your sure-footedness through it, and, you know, remember that this is the dream you're moving towards. You've left something for this bigger goal. So there you have it, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it resonates with you, and if so, please remember to hit the like, share and subscribe buttons, and then have a good 2 weeks, and God bless you till we meet again.